Fascinating.
Hello and welcome to this video on get all actors of class. So looking at the node, we have the ability to filter out, as we had with get actor of class. We can now get multiple returns based on searching all the actors in the world and filtering out what we might want to access. So there's a huge list here of different types of actors that you can collect. So any actor that you add into the world. So for example, here we have some cone actors. So I've got two cone actors in a sphere that I've just set up as actors. Now they are parent class actor, but they have their own identifier by their name. So if I come into the get actor of class, so for example, here we have get all actors of class, filtered sphere class, and we have got one sphere in the world. So it will return one. Now, in this case, we're only dealing with one, so I could have used get actor of class, but it still outputs it to an array. So in this instance, I'm saving the array locally. And now whenever I want to access that collection of actors, all I need to do is use that array to then perform an action on. So for example, here, we're then accessing the filtered results, removing the kind of heavy lifting of having to search the world again, and then we can enact any code on an element or a component of that actor. So it's really, really, really powerful. Now, one thing to bear in mind, if you at any point do want to access your array of actors and, for example, you want to destroy them, make sure that you're using the reverse for each loop, because if you don't, you'll end up with a blueprint runtime error in your code. So that's just a useful tip. Whenever you're destroying, make sure you're using the reverse for each loop. So yeah, this, of course, I could extend and say, well, actually, I want to have access to these in the game instance. So let me come here. So let's use our cone actor because we have two of those. And if I come to the game instance and I add a new variable, and it's the cone actor as oh, cone actor as an object reference, but I want to select an array. So rather than a single, I now want an array, which is represented by those 9 squares. And I can call that GI cone actor array. So I can just leave that as a variable. I don't need to kind of add it into the graph here, but I can use it as a repository. So if we get GI once again to access our game instance, and then I set GI cone actor array, and I can plug that straight in. And now it's being written locally and to the game instance. But probably just want to have it in one place so that we can access it from everywhere. And now the actor will be get all actors of class will search the world. It will return 2, pop it into that array, and then we can access it anywhere else. So and then act upon it in a different blueprint using a for each loop, for example. So the same kind of rules apply, don't use it on tick because it will just trip you up. Kind of avoid using get actor of class and get all actors of class on tick. And make sure that if you're using get actor of class or get all actors of class, that you're kind of keeping it self-contained and not putting it after a for loop, for example, because again, it will get called over and over again, depending on how many index numbers you have in your last index for the for loop. Okay, I hope that was of use.
Live long and prosper.